That's all good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to my story.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're good. I gotta go find my phone bag.
Bam.
Bam. We lie, we lie in this bitch.
Ooh.
Ooh, we lie, we lie, we lie in this bitch. Ooh.
Full of food.
Feeling good.
I feel great.
Nice and full.
We got the Hui cam going.
Yeah.
Is it working? Is it live?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, T. I would hope so. I would hope so.
Yesterday, got to go to my cousin's 50th birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping I would see T, but T wasn't there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn. It's wild. She said she knows it was a blast. I saw your mom's pictures. Everybody looked very nice.
Yeah.
And they're white.
Yeah. Nobody spilled on themselves.
Oh, no, yeah. Game over. I definitely, even at my wedding, I got wine spilt or cranberry juice spilt on my dress. At least it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
What did you do with your wedding dress? Like, what do
Well, I
women
had
do?
two. Do you remember?
Yeah,
I had two dresses. They are both currently hanging up in my basement in their bags.
Gotcha.
They are probably dusty, musty, and crusty, to be honest with you. They've been down there for years. I meant to do like the preserve your dress thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I had two dresses, and I'm like, which one? But yeah, I want to actually destroy them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to I want to have like a paintball fight in my wedding dress.
Just one or both? Or halfway in between the...
We're both at the same time.
But
No, I think the one that I like, we had the ceremony in, not like the party dress. The party dress has cranberry juice all over it. So, I mean, it would make sense to do
it
that
makes
one,
sense,
but
yeah.
I'll do the other one. Me and Stankley, we're going to have like an unwedding for our divorce, where we like walked backwards down the aisle. We got to the end and like Tim took back everything he said. And then he's like,
So
Aimee, do you? And I'll be like, actually, I don't. Actually, no. And then we walk backwards back down the aisle, and then we part ways at the end. Bye. And then we party. And then we party.
another party?
Yeah. Dude, that wedding was fun. That
It was.
reception was a blast.
Yes, it was. It was a good time.
So why not do it again?
And again and again and again and again.
Why not? That was the plan. That was I was like, we should do that. If you haven't noticed, we like to make people incredibly uncomfortable
Yeah.
about our split.
Have you watched the show Uncoupled with Neil Patrick Harris,
No.
Tisha Campbell?
Mm-mm.
That is a really good show.
What is that?
It is about a Neil Patrick Harris's character and his partner end up splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
And how they split up, I'm not going to give away because it's the it's the hook of the.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna give it away, but because it definitely hooked me, and I was like, oh damn, like that's wow,
Wow.
bogus as fuck, but it's funny. Yeah, it's a good show. But I like how they show the process of Neil Patrick Harris's character, like that process of being uncoupled, like
Yeah.
all the steps.
How long were they together for?
17 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Dude, how do you even live your life? That's like a lot of adjusting.
yeah. So that's a really good show, though. They do a good job of showing how both of them are like coming into their own, but without each other.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot more like mature splits, and I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. Like someone brought to me, someone I think at work was just like, do you ever just like think about how lucky you are that your split was so like amicable? And I'm like, oh yeah, all the time. I'm like, it's like, I got super lucky. People only wish they could divorce like me and Sterling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was the whole point, was like, hey, I love and respect you. I don't want to hate you. Let's figure this out,
Yeah.
you know, so we don't get to that point. And that was the solution, and that's fine. Sometimes you don't work out,
Yeah.
you know, but I love a good amicable split.
Yeah.
I don't like a messy breakup. I've had those. They're gross, even to this day. Like, I know that there's an ex-boyfriend out there that hates my fucking guts, and I'm like, it's been over a decade. Relax.
And why? Why are you still holding on to that?
People hold on to shit. Men are so emotional.
Humans are so emotional.
Listen, I said that to a guy the other day, and he is an off-duty police officer. He loves me. He works at my job.
Yeah.
But I walked up while they were talking like murder scenes, and I'm like, "Are you talking murder scenes without me? Tell me about them." So he was talking about how this guy, you know, ruined his whole life, murdered his best friend, and he murdered his best friend over a can of beer, like the last can of beer. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "A can of beer?" I was like, "Men are so emotional."
Yeah.
And he looked at me, he's like, "Hey now." He's like, "You know the worst crime scenes I've ever seen?" I'm like, "Women's?" I was like, "Where the woman is the aggressor?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Yeah, because we fucking snapped.
Yeah.
We went crazy. We snapped." I was like, "But how many of those are there compared to men?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, not as many." And I'm like, "Right,
Yeah.
right." Because men just snap over the last can of beer. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of crazy shit happening by my job. Like 2 days, and I don't know if you know that they're like sending you alerts on your phone, like a kind of like a tornado warning or an Amber Alert when there's like an active shooter, right? There's an active shooter alert. And we had one Thursday, I believe.
Very nice job burning this, lighting this joint. This is burning.
It's
very
going,
nicely.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Tim, did you want this too? I can pass to Adele.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Look at Timmy. Yeah, if you want to pass it.
Adele, you can also hit that. That wasn't just like a... All right, hit it on the way back. But yeah.
That's what he said?
I'll hit it on the way back. But yeah, a bunch of like crazy shit was going down by work. And it was, it's been fucking wild. 2 of them, it was like one Thursday and I think one yesterday. It's an active shooter, like maybe within a mile of my job. So we had to like lock down. And then there was like some dude walking around a cornfield with a shotgun, which sounds like white people shit. Just sounds like white people shit.
Was he black or
No, he wasn't. I think he was a Latin man.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't even know what happened with that.
But you know what? What's interesting is with all of that, it's all American shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, And that's American shit. Like you know how like you be on Reddit and they'll show some shit and then you're like and then you realize like oh that's in Russia and then you understand like that's typical in Russia. That's some
Yeah,
Russian
that's
ass
some
shit.
Russian ass shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
they just break out into kickboxing because one stepped on the other one's Adidas. Like
It's wild. Some Russian ass shit right there.
with techno playing in the background.
Mhm. Yeah. Normal everyday Russia.
That's
shit.
Russian ass shit. That type of shit. When I hear it, I'm like, that's very American.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Did you lose us, Tim?
Your video froze for a second. I'm gonna have to talk to Stankley after the pod. I think I don't know if this USB hub, but I noticed your guys' camera will freeze or stutter. Ahu Cam will sometimes freeze or stutter.
On the plus side, that is exactly what Ahu looks like right now.
Yeah.
Let me just double check.
But yeah, so that's the. I'm like, dude, some of that shit is just like typical, like of that society.
You ever see like there's people in other countries that have like America parties? Do you ever see those?
Oh,
Where they
God,
like
what do those look
they all get red Solo cups.
like? Okay,
They
Check.
dress in like American flag whatevers.
check.
What was
Dude,
one
they
of the
chant
other things?
USA.
They did. I don't know if that. Yeah, they probably did. But there was like very specific things that I'm like I didn't even realize. But from like outside perspective, like countries, like oh yeah, we do that. But yeah, it's pretty. I remember red Solo cups being one of the big ones. That's apparently an us thing.
I want to see the mockery of the U.S. I really want to know what goes
Let me
down
see.
at the USA parties. What do y'all think will go like? What if you were like mocking the United States and they were like, "Oh, wear something that you think represents the United States." What thing?
What do you think?
Yeah, what would you wear?
It's funny too because of like specifics. Like
Yeah,
they pick a lot of like one. It's either like people from like England when they mock people from the United States. It's either like the country people
yeah,
or like people from California.
yeah,
It's like very specific. And I'm like, oh, there's a lot of people in between.
yeah.
But they, or like, because it's what they see, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like for a while it was like, oh, everybody in America must be like the Jersey Shore people. I'm like, no. But that's like a cult in itself. Not even like Italians that are from Jersey. I mean, Jersey Shore people, like who are like obsessed with the show Jersey Shore.
What, they don't know people who tan too much.
Yeah, not in England.
They don't tan in England. That's not a thing.
No, they can. I think it's like a lot more of the self tanning though. That's like
No, because when
Orange.
when they were
Orange.
when they were interviewing motherfuckers for during the Brexit shit, and essentially like this one chick, I was like, she had the sloppy side bun. She had it like caked up makeup. Like she looked. If you just looked at the picture, you wouldn't have known that she was British.
yeah.
Like you would have thought she was an American. And the way she was talking, she was like, I mean, if I can't do accents.
I know you can't, but I love to hear you try.
I can't do this bitch's accent. I can't. But you can do a British accent.
Not really, but what did she say?
She said she was saying like trying to compare prices, and she was like let's say I have 12 eggs, and I was like, first off, why don't you just use money? Like,
No, eggs.
like
I've got 12 eggs. I've got a dozen eggies.
I got 12 eggs in my bank account.
We've got to take my eggs to the bank. Pay my rent.
Let's say you have no. This is what we have. We don't need to let's say.
Let's say.
That's
Hypothetically.
the reason why I smoke. I am so tired of let's say.
Let's say.
Let's say no. What is it, bitch?
We don't need a hypothetical when it's real life. It's reality. You know what I mean?
That shit annoys the fuck out of me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, let's look at what is really going on right now. Why are you living in a hypothetical ass fucking world? There's too much shit going on in the world for you to be like, well, what if? I don't give a fuck. I don't. Who cares?
Right. Right.
Like, I see motherfuckers arguing over the dumbest shit. I'm like, I know this has just got to be a release for you.
Oh,
Because
man.
there's no way that you really give a shit
You could not possibly care this much.
about whatever arbitrary shit.
I've seen it. And I was reminded of one recently where it was like, I watched like two grown men get mad. This was a while ago. At a Hamilton commercial. Like, fuck that shit. And I'm like, what? What are you mad at right now? What are you upset about? It was real extra for no reason. And I was like, why? Why are you putting so much passion into a commercial for a play?
Yeah.
Knock it off. You're putting way too much energy. You know why I smoke this week?
Yeah.
Because of the group email that goes out when like one or two people at the job fuck up. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hate that shit.
I gotta yell at everybody for something that.
It's like, no, you don't.
And also, like in this instance, like the two people didn't need to be yelled at. Like it wasn't a scenario that needed this, but we all got it, and we're all like, "What the fuck was that?" You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was
No, I don't
doing too much.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Can't you just like pull?
That person to the side and be like, hey, here's what you did this is what we would like you to do.
Correct.
Let's just go about it like that.
Sure. But it was like, no, we need to make sure that everybody knows that in the future they can't do this thing. And I'm like, yeah, but all of us have been there
Yeah.
and we hadn't done that thing. So like, you're just reminding us to keep not doing that thing
Yeah.
that we're not doing.
Yeah.
Sure. Dr. Doom, shut up for who he can. Totally understood. He is a good boy. Some would say the goodest boy. I would say that. Don't forget in the Twitch stream to redeem some points. Maybe don't wake him up right meow. He's a sleepy boy.
He's doing little sleepy twitches.
He is. He's having a little pupper dream. But